Today I'm going to make Oreo balls, and I'm going to make a Halloween themed Oreo ball. I'm going to have, this is a 12-ounce package of white chocolate. I'm going to use about 8 ounces of this. And then I have almond bark. This has 12 pieces. I'm only going to use half to melt. If I need more than that, I'll use it, but there's no point in wasting any. I'm going to use an entire container of Oreo cookies. This happens to be a 14.3 ounce container. They did not have the Halloween ones out yet, but if they did, that would be cool. That would be orange. I'm going to use a whole container of cream cheese. That's 8 ounces. And then for garnish on the top to make these pretty, I'm going to use one of these Halloween sprinkles that I bought. And to turn these into Christmas themed, you would just use the red and green, or for Valentine's Day, you could use red. That would be really cute. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I don't have a food processor. I have this Pillsbury mini chopper, but I need to chop this entire bag of Oreo cookies. So it's going to take me a little while. So I'm going to drop them bit by bit in here and chop them up, and it will look like, it should look like coffee when these are all chopped up. So this is going to be really loud. So I'm going to start this, and then we'll check back in. And just so you know, if you want to use double stuff, that's okay. You can use double stuff. That's fine. Okay, I finished with the Oreo cookies, and as I said earlier, I think it looks like coffee. Now I'm going to move on to my white chocolate, and I am not measuring this out. I'm going to use about 3/4 of the bag. So I will open this, and I will I'm just going to hold it like that. To me, that's good enough. I'm not picky. And this is it's not going to be powdery, of course, like that, because it's chocolate. This is going to be in just bigger hunks, but easy enough to where when you use your mixer in just a second, it'll mix up easier. That's all you're doing. So I need to plug this back in. Okay, and you can see it just chopped them up a little bit. And that's how that looks.
It smells good. It smells really good.
Okay, and then the next step is just to add the cream cheese, the entire container to, I'm actually going to move this over to a mixing bowl because I'm going to hook it up to my dough hook, and I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, I have my mixer set up with my dough hooks, and I'm just going to dump that whole mixture in that we just did, the Oreos and white chocolate. And I'm going to turn this on, and just so it'll start moving. And then I have my cream cheese here, and I'm just going to start slicing off hunks like this. And I'm just going to drop those in. I'm going to turn it up a little bit, but I'm going to end up putting this whole thing in there. Okay, it's finished mixing, and as you can see, it kind of looks like earth. It looks like dirt after it's rained for a while.
Potting soil.
Yeah, potting soil. So what I'm going to use is a tablespoon, and I'm going to just stick that in there, and I want it to be into it like a ball. If I had an ice cream scooper with a little thing on it, I would use that. But that looks good. And I'm going to, this is just a cookie sheet, and I've put a piece of wax paper on it. And this is going to go in the freezer for half an hour. Okay, this made 21 balls, but as you can see, some of them are bigger than others. So I could have easily made 24, and if I had used a teaspoon instead of a tablespoon and made them bite size, you know, then I could have gotten a lot more. If you were having a party, you might want little bitty ones. Okay, now I have my almond bark. I thought I might have to use a double boiler. However, on the back of the package, there are microwave directions, oven directions, and saucepan directions. So I am going to use a saucepan, and I'm going to just have this on medium heat for right now. And I'm going to use 6 of these, and then if I need more, then I will break more and heat that up. But I need to wait for this to warm up, and then I will start stirring it occasionally. Okay, I've taken these out of the freezer. It has probably been about an hour that they were in the freezer, and they're pretty firm. And I'm going to move them to this bowl because I'm going to dip them in the almond bark, and then I want to be able to lay them back on this same cookie sheet, this same wax paper to dry, and that way you don't waste a sheet of wax paper. So I'm going to stir. I'm going to stir this almond bark. Okay, I'm going to add 2 more of these blocks because I don't think 6 will be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more. That'll bring it to 8. Okay, this is melted. It has a really nice consistency. So I'm going to just take one of my balls and drop it in. And I'm going to use my spoon, cover it up. And pull it back out. And put it over here. And then use some sprinkles. And then I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to turn my stove off. You have to work quickly when you're doing this. And I'm slow. And I'm just going to keep going. Okay, here they are. They're finished. And you can see that every bit of that almond bark was used. So if you wanted to have them a little bit thicker, like than this piece, or maybe here, you could have used one more square. Some of that's uncovered. It really doesn't matter. So now you just need to put these in the refrigerator until they cool, probably 10 minutes, and they'll be good. Okay, I've never had one of these before, so I'm going to try it for the first time. They've been in the refrigerator for maybe 10 minutes, and you can see that they've hardened. Oh my gosh. They're wonderful. Very, very rich. I love the, I know it sounds gross. I love the crispy outside, and then you bite into it and it's creamy on the inside. But then you get those pieces of the white chocolate. It's perfect. Very sweet. Very good.